I see you're back on the grind. You working out heavy.
Yeah. If anyone asked today, I tweaked my back yesterday. So
Of course you did.
That's why I did not show up to work.
What? Right after the super squats, whatever that was.
It wasn't like anything
Super
crazy,
sets.
but
Super
you know,
sets.
gotta try something different. You gotta get these LBs off. What the living hell was that?
Don't touch anything.
I'm trying not to touch anything. It's like everything is made of porcelain in this room right now, and I just don't want to like upset the apple cart.
There's too many wires going on.
So many wires.
Is everyone alive? Everyone's good?
Hey, we're actually heavy one. We thought we'd be down a man, and lo and behold,
He's here. He showed up.
I was so ready with the no jack photo. I wanted to throw it out there. Then for some reason, I held off, and then all of a sudden, like, bloop, bloop.
He still gets a picante penis, right?
What?
Right?
Why? No, I
I'm
don't.
not sure. Honestly, I'm down for people doing the penalty shots whenever and anytime it's possible, but he's actually pulling extra credit here, I guess. So he's.
I lowered the bar and then I raised the bar.
mean,
And then I
You lowered the bar, then you crossed it.
Yes,
You
and I
surpassed.
exceeded it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Why would I want
we
to
should
lower
just
the bar?
continue. We should continue to lower the bar for you, right?
I guess. I don't
I
know.
guess
what
that's a
this
good reason why you order the food now, because now we got the yummy on the way. Thank God the people on Twitch don't hear this. My God. First it was Justin Timberlake, now it's Justin Bieber. Do you only listen to people first name Justin? My God.
I think so.
Can you diversify?
This song is so catchy.
Is it?
Is it?
Yummy, 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 yummy.
Awful. This is bad.
This
This
is for Valentine's Day. It's so yummy
I guess.
on so many levels.
I don't need to know the other levels. Let's keep it surface level
Levels to this game.
and not ever delve below this very very awful level
When
that
you
we're
guys
at
are
right
knocking
now.
boosts this weekend, you could think about some yummy.
Would you just keep it in your damn pants like we talked about coitus last year?
Yummy, yummy. I do wish we had some yummy chicken nuggets here.
That could have gone really poorly, like really quickly, but I'm glad you pivoted to chicken nuggets.
Pivot.
Babat.
Yeah,
All right,
thank you.
let's try to start this thing.
With the 19 different elements plugged into your board. Oh, I didn't know we're fading out or nothing. We're not doing that anymore.
I don't have control. I don't have control. You understand that, right? I have no control.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It's a new day. Yes, it is. From
He looked at me like,
I was like, "Your cue. Your cue."
go.
We're gonna figure this out live from Eddie's room, the Badslant Studios in Fairfax, Virginia. It's the Badslant podcast. Who knew? It feels like we're starting over from scratch. I swear to Christ.
It feels like day one again.
Oh boy.
It's that day one feeling.
It says day one-ish. You can find us on badslant.com. That is our website, a website of note. But we would appreciate it all the same. You follow us on Instagram and Twitter at badslant. I'm your hashtag moderator, Asian John. He's just Jack.
Hi.
Showing up by the grace of God. We thank you for getting yourself extricated from whatever responsibilities to your family that you had. Yeah. Golf clap for that. And the man just over here soldering wire and just plugging shit in and unplugging shit and eventually getting us to this very point. He's ice.
Hello.
Thank you for the heavy lift to start this show. My God.
This is for the listeners. I think we've heard on several occasions that our YouTube audio sucks, and we're gonna do.
Liam
better.
can suck it. Wait, what? Oh, sorry.
So we're gonna do better. So this whole rearranging, rewiring, all this stuff is for to address that.
The
So.
betterment of the show and
yeah.
to stop Liam's bitching. It's fine. He's a very visually focused guy, so we have to play to our I guess our one friend.
One friend.
Our friend of the show. But in any event, hopefully we have a few more friends in the coming days and weeks ahead because we are streaming on twitch.tv, I believe. So just search. If you're listening to this on Twitch, we thank you. Or watching this on Twitch, I should say. But if you're listening to this on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, TuneIn, Stitcher, and CastBox.
We got to still give our YouTube people love.
Are we going to still do that too?
This is going to... This is going to be on YouTube.
We're going to post the show on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay.
Stream on Twitch.
Are you tracking that? Streaming on Twitch, eventually posted on YouTube, and then every podcast medium available on God's green earth.
Yes. Yeah. We're going to be everywhere.
Wherever you view, listen, or snort
away.
Our podcast, stream us.
Do you guys have one of those like media set-top box? Do you watch YouTube on your TV?
Not through a box.
No.
I have a what they call an intelligent television.
No.
It's already built in.
So I have YouTube on my TV, and then every once in a while, as I'm scrolling through videos, like our faces pop up. I'm like, oh, like we're on YouTube.
You think you're famous? I don't know.
I was like, oh yeah, we did that.
We would be more famous if folks subscribed and left us a 5-star review, but baby steps. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Just like we'll start from scratch and get the show running like a normal podcast again. We will get to
start the show.
Scores of 5-star reviews. But I guess it's pre-Valentine's Day.
It is.
If you're listening to this at the earliest, it is Valentine's Day. So what the hell are you doing? But there are safety nets for people who think that to act at the last second.
If you're listening, you forgot.
If you're
this is for you.
If you're listening to this podcast, there's a chance that you are a procrastinating piece of garbage. So we're here to help. Amazon actually has, get this, 2-hour delivery for Prime members for 24 red roses. So if you knew you screwed up today, like you have an out, you have a couple of hours where you can just go ahead and hit the button on Amazon. We'll help you out even more by giving you the link on our website, badslant.com/support. You can get 24 red roses, 2-hour delivery window with Prime membership for $19.99. So
I might do that.
You might have to do that. There's no way the missus listens to the show, so you have an out.
Luckily, she doesn't listen. So
yes, so you are insulated. I'm
going to do that.
You're going to get over huge. So Ice will get over. You can get over too. Just again, go through the link on our website, badslant.com/support. Get yourself 24 red roses delivered in 2 hours for the steep price of $19.99. Boys,
yes.
So good to see both your faces. So, Jack, you I don't know if it was an empty threat or you just came out the woodwork and said, I can't post this week. And we were raring to go to do a 2-man show. We were shaking the trees for friends and guest hosts, and
no one answered the bell.
No, not a single one. But you know what?
It was short notice because I think
quite short.
I asked one last night and I asked one today, so it's a little late. But.
No, it was pretty short notice. There's a lot of work being done on my house this week, and so my wife was at her wit's end. So she was a bit tired. So she's been like kind of cooped up at the house, dealing with all these contractors and a lot of the issues that come up with remodeling, and especially. It's not like remodeling. It's like a touch up of the house, but even then,
a lot of whoopla going on.
Yeah, due to the I guess some of the missteps that we made when we first bought the house, and then at this point, like it's so old. It's like so having to purchase, I guess, supplies for the house. You can't really match it. It's at least you can't get the stuff that's original because it was
so
built,
you almost got like redo stuff.
Pretty much, yeah. So. Yeah, there was just some hiccups, especially yesterday. So that's when I made. Is that when I said I couldn't post? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's why. So yesterday was kind of like that peak of where it was like peak stress. It was like peak stress moments, especially throughout the day.
I didn't know you guys were going like all out like that.
Yeah,
I know you mentioned like you're beginning to consider moving and stuff, but
it's happening.
It's the end of the show.
It's happening.
I saw like I think your wifey posted in her story like I guess the whole place was like covered in
plastic.
Moly.
Yeah, they're painting. They're
a lot of tarping.
A lot of tarping. So we're doing some cosmetic stuff, but the way the market is in this area, and one of the
this country,
I guess the foreman was like, "Yo, you guys are doing it right. This is the best time to put it on the market.
Oh,
This
this is the time.
Yeah, he was like, "There's nothing right now. You guys will be the first ones out there. One of the first ones. So
Top of the market.
Hopefully by the end of the month or maybe first week of March, we'll have it ready.
Nice.
And then you'll be moved, and the show will end before the summer.
No.
Beautifully
no.
timed.
We could talk about it offline, but there are some plans.
Moves to be made.
Correct.
Awesome. Well, I'm again glad to see you nonetheless. We got a lot to get to. There were still more movie things going on. I think we kind of belabored the point last week, but one thing that was kind of an open topic of discussion was the film Parasite, which you had yet to have seen. This is the follow-up. This is the first time I actually was reticent to even broach the subject because we were hoping that's the score to the film. We were hoping to get a full discussion out of it. Have you seen Parasite?
Sad to say, I didn't see it.
Son of a bitch!
Nah, I kid. I saw it.
Oh.
I saw it.
It's as if he told us that he wasn't going to come, and then he just shows up on our doorstep.
Yeah,
oh, lo and behold, he's seen the movie.
I watched it.
Oh, fantastic. With the tarp still on the walls, or how
No, this was over the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Before all that happened.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you got it in time for the Oscars.
Yeah.
Oh, glorious. Okay,
Yeah.
so before we get into like the Oscar discussion, which that's kind of the larger point now,
I guess.
what did you think of the film?
I thought it was very thought provoking. I thought it was very good.
And you got a Korean wife.
Yeah, she enjoyed it a lot as well.
Didn't have to read the subtitles at all.
No, there were some lost in translation moments.
Okay.
They were saying there's always things like that where when you translate it, it doesn't come out properly. So.
Ice is making a drink, so
Yeah.
just drive on.
That's fine. I'm just I could
Keep going.
carry on. So she enjoyed it a lot. She was, just like everyone else, you don't expect the certain twists and turns.
The build is actually like it's described as kind of lulling you with the jab, like
Yeah.
you're just slowly following along. It takes small twists and turns every here and there, but then there's the
haymaker
hairpin left.
The haymaker.
Yeah, they get you. Yeah.
right at the end. It's
Yeah.
great.
Did you know anything about that movie?
No, I had nothing. I had no context to the movie at all. I knew nothing about the movie. It was rather funny. I
I don't know if it was funny, but
there were moments where it was funny, right? It started off as
there's humorous
there's humorous moments, and then it became more of a social commentary, right? About society, especially South Korean society and its culture, and then it just became rather odd, and then it took a twist, and there was violence, and then,
You know what it reminded me of? It's like the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, like Tarantino.
a crescendo of violence.
It was just like the movie just like got really amplified like at the end. Just like it was just like totally unexpected.
Yeah.
It was
like
just-
you're hooked the entire way. There's enough going on. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm still interested. Like but there are points where it starts to lag a little
Yeah.
bit. And you're like, it's not certain. I'm trying to think of other movies that have like a much more prolonged gap between events or significant events. It wasn't anything like that.
Yeah.
But there were definitely lulls. But then you get like to the top of the drop on your roller coaster ride, and it goes all the way down. It's the Terminator.
She was just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like no, what are you doing,
They're
man?
just like, what? No, what?
Wait, have you seen Once Upon a Time?
No, I don't care.
Oh
It's okay.
I guess I just ruined that one for you too.
I don't care.
It's
no, I mean
Yeah.
it's Tarantino. I
It's
mean, like
Tarantino, you
the
know-
one time where I thought he wasn't gonna be Tarantino, he became Tarantino.
It's kind of ironic that he would actually go that route in the same year as Parasite. Like they're both very unique movies. Like,
Do you know what came out first?
Once upon a no.
I want to say Once
thought-
Upon a Time, at least as far as critical, a wider release than definitely
Yeah.
Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, I think Parasite was like that sleeper movie because I saw on IGN they were doing their like towards the end of the year. They were saying their best movie of the year or their movie of the year by far was Parasite. So I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, it's funny because there was a buddy at work. He goes, you know what movie I've seen recently that was just great. He goes, and then someone quoted it as his best, like a famous
Yeah,
director as
yeah.
their best movie, Parasite. So I was like, this movie is starting to gain steam somehow. I don't know what's going on. And then, yeah, it's just the last 3 weeks. It's just everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
And then now it's won Best Picture. So
Spoiler alert.
yeah, it's even more people are going to see it. So, yeah, it was.
It's getting a wider release now.
Is it really?
I think in light of the Oscar win, it's getting
awesome.
a wider release, and it'll be in theaters. I don't even know if it was in theaters prior to this. Honestly,
I don't know. It probably was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there has to if people were for sure. So
Yeah, because I remember when you
I
started,
guess like major theaters. I mean,
yeah,
I
when
should
you
say.
started hearing about it, like it was actually shown at AMC
Oh, cool,
theaters.
cool.
So I was like, oh, it's big enough that it's in the main theater. So I watched. I think I watched a little bit of the trailer, and then I decided that I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want to know anything about the movie.
Oh, cool.
And I just wanted to wait,
Good for
go
you.
in blind. Because
Good for you.
Sometimes like. I hate movies when the trailer shows the entire movie.
Too much.
And you're
Too
just
much.
like, well, there
Looking
you
at
go.
you, Star Wars.
So and just
Just
anytime when someone says like this is one of the best movies of the year, like I really do want to go in there unbiased.
You just shut off. Like,
I just want to go in not knowing anything about it and just take it for what it is. And it was great. I enjoyed it a lot. It's it was like what I liked about it was like it has funny moments, but it's not a comedy. And then there's
yeah.
Moments of
there's
levity.
there's like some moments that are kind of like thriller horror.
Yeah.
Like it has that suspense feel,
Horror.
but it's not a horror movie either.
it was. There were moments where you thought you knew what was going to
Yeah.
happen, and then it didn't happen. You're like, oh no, oh.
Are we gonna get into like spoilers or anything? Should we do spoiler alert, or are we gonna keep it?
We can if
We
you
can keep it
if
high
you
level.
if you really want to go there. Honestly, I think that we can discuss the film without actually getting to
Okay.
like because we
Yeah.
kind of alluded to the violent parts of it already, and
Right.
you don't see it coming the way that the movie builds, but it's up to you. But I honestly I don't think the real worthy points of discussion really delve into like specific plot points like that.
As you guys were watching it, did you did it occur to you that they're playing off like the whole social like the
Oh yeah,
real-
yeah. Wait,
No,
It hit you immediately.
You mean like the social classes?
This is- yeah,
yeah, the
kinda like-
socioeconomic like.
No, I got those parts. They definitely reference like okay, the people that were the Park family that were
The Park.
the rich ones were obviously from a higher cut of society.
duh.
But I mean, like yes, it's very black and white.
Yeah.
It's they're poor, they're rich. But I mean, I don't feel like they were going out of the way to beat you over the head.
No.
and
No,
say,
no.
being
It's
rich
not,
is bad.
It's not like any. If you're familiar with any K dramas, that's all they ever. The tropes are all the same. It's
Oh,
like
really?
yeah, it's all this like. There's always
rich.
Yeah, so there's always a family that is super rich, and then there's also like the children
Yeah.
that they fall in love with, and then let's just say the son falls in love with the daughter who's
Always.
from a family that's poor,
Yeah.
and that's always and I always say it every time to my wife. I'm like, that's the plot. I can tell you that right
It's
now.
unrequited love.
It's always like that. So
Romeo and Juliet.
I wasn't surprised that it's a movie like this would come out, but it just. I don't think you're right. I don't think it just beat you over the head with it. It's just like
it didn't
okay.
occur to me until after the movie, like when I started reflecting back on what I just saw, and then put it, like thought about it as a whole, and I was like, oh, it's very clear. I mean,
Yeah.
everything about it is just like you see the two lifestyles of the rich and the poor, and then
Okay, good Charlotte. Play the song.
and then the whole thing, the dimensions of the smell, and they like how it was kind of like a recurring theme throughout the
Oh, yeah.
and I was just like it all makes sense now when you reflect back on it. And it didn't like when
It's not the most woke thing I've ever seen,
No.
so it's fine in that regard.
Yeah, 'cause,
Oh,
like,
they don't like Native Americans.
yeah, what was that all about?
Definitely. Well, I guess eventually that will reach the shores of Korea, like maybe after this movie hits.
Well, they don't have that. It's either you're Korean or everything else. There's
It's
there's
an
no
indigenous society, like
Yeah,
it's,
there's-
or homogenous, I should say.
indigenous.
Like, an indigenous homogenous
Yeah,
society is
you
what
know
I
what
meant.
I'm saying. Like every other country doesn't have like the melting pot we have. They have
No.
some immigration, but like it's not the same. Like when they're racist, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's fine. That's just their culture. Right? I don't care. I'm not gonna pass judgment on it. But yeah,
No.
that's what they did.
They just don't have Native Americans there. That's all.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
They can learn to be racist. I
With the
think.
Native Americans.
No, I meant the Koreans.
Oh yeah. I mean, they're already racist.
Okay, they can learn to be more racist eventually.
What I liked about it though was like even though they were doing the whole like rich and poor thing, they did the rich people didn't seem like jerks or snobby or anything, right? Like they didn't seem that stuff.
Towards the end, they were.
yeah,
I
but
mean,
like,
subtlety. Yeah.
like, but the wife was actually, she
was
fine.
simple.
Yeah,
Shimbru. Shimbru. Yeah, but that was kind of like right out of the chute in the movie too. Like they made note of highlighting that little
Oh,
character.
Kevin. Yeah. I call you
Kevin. I'm sure. All right, so I guess you've already mentioned that you haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Jack. So have you seen any of the other
I
Best
know, I haven't
Picture
seen-
nominees?
no.
Okay, well, on its merits, do you think that's like one of the best movies you've seen? Period.
Well, yeah, since I've seen so very little movies.
Oh,
so,
right.
Sure.
It's this and Ragnarok.
Yeah,
and,
it's this and Ragnarok.
The bar is very low.
Yeah,
so
and then Endgame, right? So it's,
the only 3 movies Jack has seen in 3 calendar years. So you did enjoy it.
oh yeah,
For the
I
most
enjoyed it. Yeah, I looking back on it, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. So my wife really enjoyed it, and she hates all
What did
movies.
she scored?
Close to that as well. She's like, I really enjoyed it. She didn't give me a score, but yeah. So
I
she
was
really
kind of
enjoyed
hoping for a score.
Did-
Text her now.
it. Did your wife see it?
No, because she didn't want to watch it initially because she thought it was a scary movie.
Right.
It's called Parasite.
Right,
you know.
right.
But after I watched it, I was like, I reassured her, it's fine. You gotta watch it.
But she
It's
hasn't seen it
She
yet.
hasn't seen it yet.
Oh my god.
Because she still thinks it's like weird movie or something. I'm like,
Even ask
I
after
know
it's won an Oscar.
I know.
It's won an Oscar. Was it Bo Hong Joon? Is that his name?
What?
Is that Bo Han?
We'll
Bo
drink
Hung?
till tomorrow.
You want to start that one over, sir?
Bo Hong Joon? Is that his name?
Not even close. Right?
Oh, damn it.
There's the name of your show.
Boon Hong Joon.
Oh god.
I just had to write that down real quick. Bo Hong Joon.
Come on.
Bo.
I didn't pay attention to his name.
He's only the most famous Korean person on the planet as we speak. So.
The rest of his movies have been like
I think they're well received.
Yeah.
They're actually like DVD
Bong
pack.
Joon Ho.
Yeah.
close. I was close.
Yeah. What did Ice? What did you think?
Score?
Yeah, I think he scored real quick.
Yeah, 4.5. I agree. I think the end, just of how it ended, that's where I dropped the points. Just
Right.
because it's one of those movies where I felt like it just kept taking me along the ride, and I really enjoyed every little bit. It wasn't like too much of anything. It was just like it was good. It was a good storytelling. Some parts were
Good progression,
predictable,
yeah.
but you knew it was going to get to some crazy.
It was gonna get saucy.
yeah, at some point. So like when it started to, especially that scene on the couch. Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But anyways,
Clockwise. No, clockwise. I was like, what? What is happening? I looked at my wife. I was like, clockwise.
Talk about a left turn.
yeah. So I mean, I just felt like the ending felt forced or rushed to some degree. I just felt like they're moving at a
It was
certain
like a
pace.
2.5 hour
and it just go
movie.
boom.
They needed to get there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
was
because
too
of that, I think I think I wanted something different. So that's the only reason why I dropped it at 0.5 point. But overall, it's really good. I mean, even like whenever the wifey decides to give it a shot, I'm gonna watch it again. And it's like the more you reflect back, it's like it was good. I really enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I gave it a 4. Not because I've mentioned it before. There was just parts of the movie that drag, and for a 2-hour plus movie, if it drags, then you'll notice it a bit more. But otherwise, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And you know what? If it's a situation where a lot of these movies kind of like muddle together, like there's not one that's head and shoulders above, I'll take the tie going to the Asian American Asian director.
Oh, you mean just
Between all the movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they're all relatively like neck and neck, I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, it's kind of akin to the John Bones fight. If it's if it's a close fight, then the tie goes to the champion or something. And I think going into the Oscars, they had so much momentum that if they were so close, then you got to go with the hot hand, which was Parasite in this situation, and you have to go with the guy who said he's going to drink for days on end. So you were kind enough to bring us a bottle of Eagle Rare Kentucky Straight Bourbon. So I think we need to toast Mr. Bo Hong Joon as Jack.
Oh yeah, Bo Hong Joon.
He renamed the best director of 2020.
That's his name, Bo Hong Joon. Eh?
Sure it is. I will pour for you, sir. Ice, you want one? You want a little bit? You want
I'll take a
snip?
little bit, just a little bit. I gotta drive.
Not sure.
Doesn't stop me from drinking all this vodka though.
The McDonald's is on the way. So you'll be all right.
Yeah, this week there was I don't know if you guys know much about Eagle Rare, but it's,
I do not.
Please.
It's one of those. It's not an overpriced bottle. It's not like like something that's super expensive, but it's really good for its price, right? For a bottle like this,
The
it's-
straight bourbon whiskey, though, right?
yeah.
Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey.
So it's you can't typically go into a store and just find Eagle Rare. There's random spotty times where they do this huge drop, and it sells out immediately. The minute people find out that eagle rare is out there, it's gone like instantly.
It's in the wild. The
So-
eagle has landed.
So right now, this week has been one of those like shock drop weeks where they put them in.
They didn't do it on the
Instacom.
sneakers on the sneakers app.
What's that?
I didn't get the alert on the sneakers app. Is that what happens?
No.
Is there a whiskey?
See,
app?
they
Yeah, I know.
need one. They need one.
You should get on that. Don't you design apps?
So they were doing a shock drop this week. So a couple random stores had like 6 bottles pop up, 2 bottles pop up. Some of the big boys popped up, some of the little ones popped up. But everywhere people were going in and buying, because this is one. These are one of the ones that are in demand and no limit, so you can buy as many as you want.
I knew it. I knew he was going to do that.
So
Coming to
sometimes.
town March 7th, by the
So
way.
sometimes people go in and buy it all. They're like just dicks. But then if you're,
Just dicks.
but if if
Isn't there a limit on how many bottles you can buy?
No, not on this bottle.
Really?
So-
Eagle rare ain't that rare.
Yeah.
I guess.
But I think at some point they need to start doing limits because
Eagle more rare.
everyone is buying them all up every time they go in.
Damn.
So
So how much is a bottle of this one?
for this size is
guy.
I think this is the 750. It's I think
30
roughly
bucks?
$30.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I got to get this in me right now.
All right, let's cheers to
well,
Mr.
cheers.
Put it in
Bong.
me.
Bong Joon Ho. That's Bong Joon Ho.
Gung hei fa choi.
We're mixing genres now.
What?
John Ra.
That's delightful.
Right?
Ooh, that's very smooth.
Man, you're playing the hits, man. You came with the 4 Roses small batch and now the Eagle Rare. Man, what will next week bring to us? I wonder. Well, cheers to Bong Joon-ho, which we'll do a quick sidebar. Is it weird what's going on with like Asians in movies right now? Like I tweeted this just on as it all was happening. Like he's winning Best Director, he's winning I think Best Foreign Language Film, and then Best Picture.
They cleaned up, man.
Yeah.
They
and
cleaned up.
and he was like ready to like give his big speech like each time, and then all of a sudden he has to drag his ass back up there and do it again and come up with new shtick. And he did it on the fly, and he's quoting Martin Scorsese. It was amazing. But like, are we in like a weird golden age for Asian people in movies and media?
We're so hot right now.
It's Asians are so hot right. New York's hottest thing is Asians.
Yes.
Like crazy rich Asians, which kind of
CRA.
I think that's what started this whole thing.
that was like the opening salvo, I guess, and then Aquafina started like creeping up through. Like she took her first role in Ocean's 8, like first big role, I should say, and then she did the film The Farewell. Did you guys see that one?
Yes.
Did we talk about that one?
Yes.
Okay. And what else now? The Mulan movie's coming out this year.
Mulan. That's gonna be. I mean, Disney always put out hits, so Mulan's gonna be huge.
Straight fire.
So she's gonna be a mega star, and then
If she stops talking about Hong Kong, she will.
In Hong Kong, you'd
Yes.
be dead.
Simu Liu, once he gets his Marvel
Shang-Chi. Oh my God.
Once that comes out, everyone's gonna be all over that.
Day one ish.
Yeah.
Man, talk about calling your shot. That guy tweeted at Marvel, and a year later, he had a Marvel role. Not just any role, he's starring in the damn film.
Yeah.
And then, like, kind of sidebar, like Marvel stuff, Gemma Chan was
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Captain Marvel, and now she's being retconned to be another character, I guess, in Shang-Chi. It's wild, man. Crazy time.
Hustlers.
Jack cares not at all. Constance,
Yeah.
your girl, Constance.
Constance,
Wu. Okay. I guess.
She my girl.
You're just gonna like build this this cadre of women to bring with you everywhere you go. All right, that's a minor sidebar to all this.
Well, I guess just since we're kind of wrapping up on Oscars talk, like,
Wind it down, I guess.
how did you guys feel about like Joaquin and
Joe Kim?
No, did you see Joker? I can't remember.
No. I told you I wasn't going to watch it.
He told you many times.
Yeah.
I guess then, how do you feel about Joaquin winning?
Uh,
I know you had feelings about the Joker movie or
I
his
th-
portrayal.
I don't think I came away with the best impression of the film, like at least not to the same degree that everybody else had. Like there was a lot of critical acclaim for the movie, and I guess there were just parts of it that I couldn't get into. I think I might have mentioned on the show before. I didn't dig the Joker laugh. It felt like I imagine that's something he wanted to go for, kind of this forced mentally ill person that was laughing at inappropriate things, but. even in that sense, it still felt too forced for that character. It needs to be just natural, maniacal, and I never got that from him. And again, the movie is just like a slog. Like it's long and it's depressing, and it builds. I mean, yes, you have the crescendo of violence again for I guess the third time in 2019, but it in no way did it feel satisfying. And I guess they're gonna make another one, and God bless him. Todd Phillips has paid his dues and he's done all those movies, but I just wasn't feeling it the way everybody else did. And I guess he's probably the best actor of the year.
Yeah,
probably.
I mean,
probably.
And this is what I wanted to pose on the show to you guys. Is he normally like that? Because
he's a goddamn weirdo.
Because like I can't.
Did you remember him rapping?
No.
Okay, yeah. He spent like a few months rapping.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he quit acting.
To rap.
To rap.
Yeah, but it turned out to be just a bit he was doing for like a mockumentary.
Yes.
Something along those lines. It's a horrible bit.
So I thought he was good at his take on the Joker. I actually didn't mind it. I thought it was a fresh take, and it was
I'm in the minority, I'm sure.
But
I know this.
But I just tied his portrayal and his as a character. That's Joker. When he gave up, went up there, gave his acceptance speech. It felt like he was almost playing to this I don't know, this character like Arthur. He was trying to be Arthur up there, and
Arthur Fleck.
And I was just like, is this really who he is in real life, or is he just playing this role now because
he's got all the acclaim now. It's very like once you get to that point of success in Hollywood, you're kind of like just playing the hits. Like you're playing to the audience. Like everyone is very liberal. Everyone is very conscientious about the environment and political issues. And even Brad Pitt wasn't immune to it. Like he came out and it was kind of a brief thing from what I could tell. So it was he didn't bang you over the head.
It wasn't like this.
No, he won Best Actor, and he thanked no one. It was the only besides the cow bit, like that was the only thing that stood out. Did you even see or hear about his acceptance speech?
I heard about it. Okay. I heard that he went on this. He was pandering to like all the causes and saying how we're talking about humans and we're disconnected from the natural world or something to that effect. I'm like,
just
this guy. To be honest, it sounds like he's disconnected from the rest of the world. Yes. So it's like, all right, well,
if he wasn't before, he is now.
Yeah. So. I mean, I've heard that he's done this previously when he's won awards, and so he did this during the Oscars.
You mean just this year?
No, but previously, before, yeah. So it's like he finds a cause and he panders to like the people who make these movies and who also his peers, but then he didn't thank anyone involved with the movie like at all. It's just, but I also think it's also his personality. Like he's awkward. Like it sounded like he was just like.
So that's legit. He's just a weird dude.
I think so. Yeah,
okay.
He's a weirdo, but regardless, even this seemed way out of step with what you know of him. Like he took it to the next level. So perhaps that's what happens when you get to the next level of success. You get even freaking weirder. I guess he's peaking as an actor. Like, you could argue that the Johnny Cash stuff was pretty good, or he's done other really good roles. I just remember the fact that he killed his father, Caesar, as Commodus in Gladiator. So
he's never seen the movie.
Shrug.
I'm preaching to an audience of one here. God,
I don't know. I was defending him, and I felt like he did a great
up until that point.
Well, I felt like just because I was a huge fan of what he did with the Joker, and I was glad that he took.
Hear that?
He took a different take. I actually went back and watched the Joker again because I just wanted. It was like just because it was
weird flex, but all right.
Just because it was again nominated for one of the best movies of the year, I was like, okay, I want to remember. Was it really that good? I went back and I was like, I still felt like he did a good job. I still appreciated the way that he played the character, and I would be super happy to see him come back and play Joker and continue to do more movies. But after like all this stuff that he, all the acceptance speech, and I was just like, he's kind of weird, man. I don't know.
Kind of.
It turned me off. Really underselling it to say he's kind of weird.
It turned me off. I was just like, but I mean overall. But you know what was interesting? So, I saw on Twitter they posted. They said Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix won
Don't tell me.
the same awards for the Joker. Like they almost identical. Like for every single award, they won Oscars, they won the SAG award, they won all that stuff, and it was weird that for playing that character.
I thought you were going to tell me that they were voting to say who was the better Joker, and Joaquin Phoenix came out the winner.
No, I don't know. I don't even. Yeah, no. I really like Heath Ledger. That was a great Joker.
Yeah, he won as a supporting actor too. So there's a subtle difference there. But in any event, I think we can close the book on the Oscars. Do you think they should test Oscar voters to see if they've
seen all the movies?
That seems kind of illogical.
Do you think some of these people voting haven't seen the movie?
It's a popularity contest. Absolutely, there's a chance that like people just voting for the guys that they like. I mean, there's a shot. I mean, I don't like.
There's no way.
I don't want to give. Is it Carey Mulligan? Casey Mulligan? Whoever it is.
You shouldn't be allowed to vote if you haven't seen the movie.
You shouldn't, but how do they police it is the point.
Yeah, how are they supposed to know? You're supposed to take that takes a lot of work.
It does. I'll say this. If they can build a streaming app pretty much out of thin air, it seems like. So could be thinner. If they do an Oscar streaming app, like you only provide membership to members of the
that also
Screen
takes
Actors
a lot of work.
I would imagine. I'm just saying. But if
A streaming app just for the Oscars, we're gonna sink that much money into it.
just for screeners though, like strictly that. It's a very small population group. I don't know how big the Screen Actors Guild is, but or the Academy voter whatever the thing is, the membership is controlled. At least it should be. So
Yeah, I mean,
but if that's what they really want to like corral this thing and make sure that people who are voting for this thing have seen the movies, like they can do like Netflix and say, I know this person watched the 70% of this movie. They can vote on this thing.
There is
Maybe a team with Netflix. I don't know.
So I used to a buddy of mine that I used to work with at my last company. He was a member of something with like the Academy. So prior to the awards, they would ship them out DVDs and
DVD screeners.
and screeners of everything that's in contention to be considered for nominations and stuff. And he collected this collection over the course of years, and he would bring this stuff into the office and just like, I have all this stuff that people keep sending me.
Benefactor.
And whoever wants
beneficiary.
whoever wants to take it home to watch or whatever, he's just gonna leave it in the studio. And so we would look. I mean, it would be like they would be sending like seasons and seasons of shows. They would send movies. It's like it's crazy, man. So technically, it's kind of like your idea, but it's not streaming. It's just you could be part of some sort of like group or association that receives all these screeners.
Is it the Screen Actors Guild? I feel like if you pay, I think that's the membership that you need to maintain.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell.
That's how
you.
you
one
get
of those. Yeah,
that's how you get access to a lot of those screeners. So I think that's
maybe that's
the
it.
entry point. Like I don't know if that automatically makes you an Academy Award voter, but I think the guild gives you access to the screeners.
Yeah, maybe.
So,
but it was amazing just seeing like they sent you all this.
What's his email address? It's fine. I mean, I know my idea is kind of off the wall. I know this traditional system is what they're trying to preserve. Like they really want to keep this like old Hollywood thing going as long as they possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's a dinosaur. Like the show ratings cratered, so I think people are just kind of burnt out on this whole thing in general. So, we're jazzed up about Parasite, but pretty much nothing else about the whole thing.
I used to be super like into award shows. I just feel like these days there's so much like agenda and politics behind it that I can't enjoy for what like the way I used to. Like when I was younger, I used to like love just tuning in and just like, oh yeah, super excited for certain actors.
Maybe X-Men will win this year.
Even like all the
X2,
like,
Electric Boogaloo.
the VMAs and the Grammys. I used to get so like excited for these shows, but now I just feel like there's I don't know. Billie Eilish winning like one of the best artists. I don't know, man. I'm not like
because you're not horned up for Billie Eilish. Okay, we understand your agenda.
That is true. You would be horned up for Taylor
Anyone
Swift.
else.
Yeah.
Anyone else. She wins an Oscar, he's there, front row. I know what you are still jazzed about. It's a goddamn NBA All-Star
Oh,
game.
yeah.
I know that
Yes,
for
I
damn
am.
sure. I have to ask you, how on God's green earth are you still enamored with this? How would you characterize it? Like, it's kind of a lukewarm representation. Like, it used to be like the excellence of the NBA, like the top flight dunk contest participants, the best 3-point contest participants, and the game kind of meant something to some people. They like being there. It's cratered. It's a shell of its former self, and I think the league recognized that, and they totally revamped all the rules, which we kind of talked about in our vaulted show that will never see the light of day.
Right.
Is it still your 1 seed?
It is.
Oh my god!
I don't know how it's not for you guys. It's so exciting. I mean, I don't know. It's the stuff we dream about. It's like growing up playing basketball, and then you're like, this is like the one weekend where it's to show off like I got who got the best dunks, who could shoot the best 3-pointers.
I'm 4 feet tall. I can't do any of those things, nor could I realize that dream at any point.
What I love about it is it brings it closer to like street level, right? Because it's like, the NBA is just like everyone is like bounded by rules and the games and shot clocks and coaches and plays and all this stuff. This is the one weekend of the year where they can let loose and do whatever the heck they want. It's like they can come out and what I love about the All-Star game before, I don't know if it's gonna be like that this year anymore with the new format.
It sure as shit won't be.
They used to come out like you see centers like throwing up 3-pointers and like things that they try to bring like N1 like moves into the professional space, which you don't typically see. Because a lot of times it's called carries.
Looking at it, look at him, the professor.
So I get really steamed up because it's cool, and then to have the slam dunk contest, the 3-point, and they have the skills competition, which is one of the newer additions, and then they have the like the celebrity game where you mix like celebrities.
If you're watching that celebrity game,
He watches
I watch
all of it.
I watch all of it.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He's not doing anything.
every time we bring this up, like it's just like a reminder. It's like the walls are coming down. Like,
I just
can't
don't
believe
know
he's watching
why,
all this crap.
Why isn't everyone else so?
I'm
so
not
excited?
watching Friday night. That's for sure.
It's awful on Friday night.
That's the rookie game or whatever they call it.
the
these
U.S.
days.
versus the world now. Yeah,
And
that
then-
has no agenda
and
whatsoever.
The celebrity game.
Yeah, those two games.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
Kill it.
watching.
The celebrity game has gotten worse over the years. But
Could it get any worse?
it used to be like, because before they made it official part of the weekend, it used to be the Rock and Jock on MTV.
Ooh, Rock and Jock 4-pointer.
Remember that?
4-pointer.
Yeah. That's when it was cool.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason MTV stopped doing it.
Well,
so that-
because they went away from it. They just their audience changed.
Yeah. A lot of Billie Eilish now. No Rock and Jock.
Yeah.
remember Marky Mark performed?
Yeah.
In his draws.
Yeah.
That was great.
You know he remembers.
I remember that.
One of the best halftime performances
Of
ever.
course.
I'm not sure about that.
But yeah, I mean, I still get really excited because
Of course you do.
it's nice to see, and you always have this like dream because like in the celebrity
No,
game,
I don't have that dream. I'm pretty
in the
sure I
celebrity
don't.
game they invite like kid actors, like adult actors, like people in politics, just people that. So it's like you always like wonder like, hey, what if we got famous to do this one stupid thing? They could invite us to play in the celebrity game. That would be pretty.
The
cool.
aforementioned Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
The BBR.
The
the
Bieber.
BBR.
Yeah.
So
So,
yeah, I mean, especially
still
this
steamed.
year. This year, I mean, given that it's like like YouTube is mainstream. I don't know who's playing in the celebrity game, but imagine if like they start inviting YouTube celebrities and stuff.
Logan Paul.
Yeah, it's people like that. You know?
No.
I don't know. It gives us a
Does
shot.
he have
right?
claws? Like who is this man?
Shink, shink. Does he box or something?
I don't know.
think so.
But if he knifes Kevin Hart in the back with his adamantium claws, I'm all in. You let me know. I'll watch that on YouTube all day of the week.
And this year, it's taking place in Chicago of all places. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
I am pretty hyped about that. I wish.
Is
we could-
MJ involved in any capacity?
He has to
Can
be.
somebody tell me?
There's no way in hell he's
He's
not
involved
there
in
this
our
weekend.
podcast, but he's definitely I haven't heard not hide
He's
nor
so
hair.
many shoes, but yo, do you see the New Beginnings pack? The
I
two shoes.
totally missed it.
No,
It's not
It's
going-
Oh,
going
they-
to be Chicago only.
in Chicago.
Chicago exclusive.
Oh no way.
Yeah, so
I thought it was on the 12th.
it's gone. Nope.
Not
No?
on the app.
Not on the app, dude. It
Oh.
got pulled.
You got the L before the L was
The L, yeah, the L was
Thank you.
was given to you prior.
I,
It's a
Yeah.
pre-
I
preemptive
set an
L.
alarm on my calendar and everything, but
Yeah,
then
it's
work just took over and I
season.
missed it. But
L
they,
season.
that makes me feel so much better.
I know it doesn't. It makes me feel worse.
so you have to be there.
Yes, you have to be so close to the Nike store that you have to check in.
Phil, Hey,
Oh
buddy.
yeah, Phil.
Hey,
Phil!
buddy. I'm a size 10. I'll pay
He's
you
not.
extra.
No, he's
Come
not.
on.
You know he's
come
a
on,
family
buddy.
man, right?
Yeah, he's,
I
I mean, but he's there.
But you're there.
You're sending him on a fool's errand, is what you're doing.
It's and then
Hey,
it's,
Uncle
it's not
Phil.
just only at the Nike store. It's at the Foot Lockers too.
You hear that, Uncle Phil?
I think the reservation's closed. Unless he wasn't. He's on it.
I know he's
he's
on
pretty
it.
on it. So.
He's a hype beast. Come
Come
on.
on. He rock Yeezys and stuff.
Oh
Come
yeah,
on.
yeah. I think he copped the those,
Summertime
the
shot.
all black ones.
Yeah, the triple black.
Yeah, triple blacks.
Yeah.
You guys calm down, all right? Jesus.
Relax. But yeah, but it's in Chicago, so it's got
Please,
more of
Uncle
a
Phil,
reverence. The All Star game. So I mean, I'll tune in, but not Friday night. I mean, I'm just.
But my favorite day of the whole weekend is Saturday. And,
Of course. All-Star Okay, I'll give you that. All-Star Saturday night is the only night worth paying attention.
Well,
Sunday for not.
Friday, Sunday,
for-
divorce it from your life. You need to maximize the time you have available with your children.
Oh, man.
And whatever other free
Yeah,
time you
you
can
gotta
actually
maximize.
utilize. But All-Star Saturday night, it's worth looking into. Did you know? Okay, in addition, I think we talked about the All-Star game rules. Did you know they're reworking the 3-point contest?
No. To what?
Quick rundown.
Please.
The rounds entail 70 seconds. The first round, 70 seconds for participants to make as many 3-pointers as they can.
Hold up. It's not racks anymore?
No,
There
you
are
still
the racks
yeah.
are around the court.
Okay.
And then in the event of a
The
tie,
same formation, right?
same locations.
Okay.
There's a money
I thought
ball.
there was a Mountain Dew zone.
There is
Mountain Dew zone.
there are A and B zones that are 6 feet behind the arc, and those count. Let me see. There are 2 of these spots. 3 green balls, or they call them 3 balls, and you get 3 points for each of those. So it's like basically a bonus shot from behind the arc. So I guess the 3-pointers in around the arc are
Right,
twos
right.
and or
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
and twos, whatever, and these are counting for 3. The final round, somewhat along the same lines. It's a 70-second bit. The top 3 finishers from the first round compete in reverse order, lowest to highest, same time limit of 70 seconds, same shooting spots, and the player with the most points wins. So
That sounds why
very
why
confusing.
would you
they're
it was
trying
working.
they're trying
It was
so many
working.
different things.
Don't change a formula that's working.
The 3-point contest is pretty much foolproof. I don't
Yeah,
understand why they
that's
felt the need.
That was the one event that you just don't touch. That's just it's fine.
It was the constant. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Like, yeah, change everything else. Add more skills.
Dunk
add-
contest.
do whatever you want with the dunk contest, but
G
don't
League
touch
players,
Yeah, don't touch the 3-point contest. It was fine.
but they do have Davis Bertans though.
I'm rooting for him. You know what's weird?
no.
Isn't hold up. Zach LaVine, right? He's participating in the 3-point
Bet your
contest.
sweet ass he is.
What is wrong with him? Everyone wants to see him in the dunk contest, man.
I don't know.
Well, I think he has something. He feels like he has something to prove. Where he can do more than just dunk.
But we wanted the whole point. They're in Chicago. We wanted to see Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine V2
Okay.
part 2. Sorry,
Okay, is Aaron Gordon in the dunk contest?
he is.
Oh,
Is Zach LaVine in it too?
No, he decided to do the 3-point contest.
watch
Oh.
him show up like
That's the upset alert.
That would be the
Ah,
that would be a huge shocker. He did both. Oh,
It's like Edge coming out for the Royal Rumble. Am I right? What?
What?
Never mind.
What am I supposed to say to that?
That'd be a nice wild card, wouldn't it? Like if he just shows up, like after he flames out, makes 1-3 for like his 70 seconds. All of a sudden he just like pulls the shirt off. And screw it, I'm gonna go dunk.
man.
I'd be there for that.
Well, how do you guys feel? Do you remember the Zach LaVine, Aaron
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the best dunk contests.
Gordon?
Okay.
One of the best or the best?
Perfect segue into the real meat of this conversation. Okay, so I guess how many years ago? It was 4 years ago that the Aaron Gordon Zach LaVine dunk contest took place in 2016.
Right.
It kind
It
of
set
feels like
Twitter on fire.
they're reframing that as the greatest dunk contest of all time. So possibly it's recency effect for all these goddamn millennials.
Yes.
Would you say that was the greatest dunk contest of all time?
I mean, that's one of the greatest ones.
It's one
in
of them, but I'm
recent
saying
memory. Yeah,
but I'm saying the best dunk contest.
I
of
would
all time.
say duel wise, yes. Like 2 competitors going at it and having like really highlight real like dunks that hit. Yes, because the other years have been duds. Even the one that Vince Carter won.
Okay, this is a point of contention for me because I think people sleep on Steve Francis's performance.
I don't.
Dunk
I was gonna.
contest.
I was gonna say like, who did he? Who was
Steve
like?
Francis.
Yeah, who was he dueling that year? I don't remember.
It was Steve Francis, and I remember like you don't remember any
Tracy
distinctive.
McGrady had some decent ones in there too.
I thought he was just helping him.
No, I think he was part of it too.
Who knows?
I think that's when he was with him in the Raptors.
They were cousins.
Yeah.
They are cousins. I don't know. But there was a dunk that Steve Francis did where he was basically this horizontal and just flew from like the foul line all the way to the damn rim. So he was pushing Vince to actually like go higher and higher and just continue to outdo himself.
He had a little bit of that Spud Webb effect where it was just like because he kind of felt like more of the little guy. And all the stuff he was doing just felt more impressive because
impactful.
Yeah, because he was little. He was smaller. But
he's Stevie Franchise, you son of a bitch. Put respect on his name.
No, but what made that one really great was because they brought it back that year. That was the first year. They brought it back and it came back huge and
strong.
And we've never seen the Vince Carter dunk like that. And that just like blew everyone up because for a while it was just like boring, That's why they got rid of it.
Oh yeah, wasn't it
a lot
the
of
first
Brent
year?
Berry.
Brent Berry the year before. That was terrible.
That's what's killed it. When
that's
Brent
what
Berry
killed-
won,
yeah.
they're just like no more.
Like he's wearing a starter jacket and dunking. What the hell is happening?
I remember
And
watching.
it was like super stretched out.
Yeah, it wasn't that. And he was wearing his track jacket or his warm up gear. I'm like, what is this? So disrespectful. I remember the Vinsanity, the last dunk when he put his arm through the hoop.
You're just like, what
was that? Like
We're leaving now.
I was with Doyle, and then we were like, "Oh my god!" And we just walked out of the house. We just walked out of the house. I got in the car and we drove off.
You drove
Yeah,
off?
we just drove off because we were like, "This, he won." There was no way. We didn't even watch it. We were like, "Oh my god!" Like you know how the players react like on the
same
court.
thing.
We were like, "Oh my god!" And we just walked out. And I was like, "What?" It's crazy.
Everyone looked like that John Wall meme, just melted into their chair. Like,
Yeah.
You got Shaq with the camcorder. He's like, ooh.
I think we all just did that face to the camera right now. Okay, so you remember that. You can still say that
That
Aaron
was one of the-
Gordon,
It was so memorable because, like, I think we probably all like just lost faith in the dunk contest too, and for him to
Very-
bring it back, it was like it's back, man.
Yeah, it's back. Yeah,
You-
but then after that, it was just terrible. It's just awful years, just dry years
for 15 uninterrupted years. It was awful.
bad. It was bad. So
And then Aaron Gordon showed up and saved our lives.
Yeah.
It's all good. So
what's he been doing since?
We're putting that. I beat the shit out of me. Are we putting that ahead of MJ versus Dominique, the rematch in '88?
The thing is, it's impactful for the time it was in.
Right.
Like back then,
You ain't gonna go back and watch
to
it,
see a MJ,
they just showed it on TV.
Yeah. To see that, like at that time, was amazing. It was mind blowing. That's equivalent to our Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine.
Aaron Gordon.
And then when we saw the Vince Carter, that's more of our era. This is like the youngins, which still had an impact on us. But
Who are these youngins
But-
you speak of?
we are fortunate to live in a time where we can see all these dunk contests. And if you're going to compare them equally, Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine is definitely the best dunk contest of all of them. And you guys better not disagree with me because
Wow.
Why can't I? What?
I guess the conversation's over.
I just made a case for why I thought maybe Vinsanity was
okay, fine.
Jesus Christ.
You're not allowed to though.
It's a discussion show. And he's like, all right, I don't like this format at all.
No.
Game over. All right, whatever.
All right.
Fine.
Why would you say it's not the best of all time?
Vinsanity, that whole contest, and again, the Steve Francis factor for me that gets way undervalued as every passing year takes place. Like that was again the factor that pushed Vince to be so great in that contest. He just continued to like up the ante with every dunk. He had an arsenal, and he was willing to go into it, but only if somebody was there to push him. So yes, that definitely was a factor between Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like people like Vince, that just made Vince so much better because he had the right foil working against him, and that was Vince Carter fully formed, the way that we all envisioned him to be when we saw the talent that he had, and he finally was realizing it.
So, of the Vince Carter dunks, I feel like the first one that he came out with, that one, the one that was like the 360, all that. So that would probably still hold up today with any dunker. So if anyone
20
came
years later
and he still pulled that off, or anyone pulled that off as smooth as he did, it's still gonna get 10s today.
Because when he did it, he brought it. He was like the first one to do it.
Yeah.
So it was like, whoa, what the?
Yeah.
And so now you see like Zach LaVine, he I will give him credit. I mean, it's up there, right?
Yeah,
you can't say it's not like one of the best, but like
it's really good. No one's saying it's not really
I'm
good.
not saying it's not really good, but they're using the stuff he did, but then like expanding on it too, right?
He got to build on something.
Yeah, they build upon it. So like he's doing it from the free throw line, right?
Yeah.
Doing the through the legs, like the street. I was just like,
it's insane. I mean,
it's insane.
It just shows that like kids these days are just freaks now.
Yeah.
I don't, it's probably.
But can he shoot threes though?
Probably not.
No, we gonna find out.
Bertans is gonna win.
All right. Well, I guess we all agreed. MJ Dominique, the best dunk contest of all time. We can't talk about it. We can't talk about it. Discussion over. You gotta go night-night. You gotta go night-night. I'm gonna go night-night eat some McDonald's evidently because ain't nothing to talk about now.
That's true.
All right. So we know where Ice is gonna be on Saturday night. Do we even care about the game? I don't care about the game.
What game?
Exactly.
There's a game?
No.
We'll button it up on this.
Stupid.
Giannis is like, Jack's got things to do.
More important thing. Chow chow.
Do what you got to do.
Chow chow. All right.
Okay, go ahead with the music. I don't know.
Yeah.
The whole drafting thing, I'm over it. Like
It's weird.
the fact of the matter is they put it in the hands of someone who doesn't know how to handle this specific task.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's an English as a second language bit or whatever it is. He plays basketball. He should know who the good players are and who the bad players are, and I want to play fantasy football against him because he was so objectively awful at drafting an all-star team for this Michigas with the new rules and everything. Like that becomes kind of a minor story. But like, are you really gonna watch that final game on Sunday?
I always do. So I mean, it's I can't sit here and lie. And
You want to go climb a rock wall or something, man? I'll do anything. Like I will get whatever I can do to get you out of this malaise because it really just it seems like it's beneath you.
One way or another, I'm gonna watch it. But
You want to watch it on DVR, like within the background?
I could actually do that.
Okay, you know what? You let me know. We'll go to the old rock wall in Crystal City, and we'll make a day of it. But
I like the idea. I just didn't like the execution because I think what's cool.
You like the homage to Kobe.
I like the idea that you pick captains for both teams, and because it feels like street ball, like what we grew up playing on the playground. So
Great idea.
Yeah.
You know what? Just do street ball.
No, why don't they just do that, right?
No referees. Just let them play ball and let them call their own fouls and do all the nonsense you do when you play ball. Well, like on Monday nights with Jack and then the people who have better cardio than you would think. Like, you want. Like that's the element you want. You know what? Have everybody mic'd up. Make it look like Hard Knocks. Like everyone, everything they say. Like you have a 30-second delay. You got to bleep everything out because there's so many N-words being uttered. Like you have. That's the element that I want.
That's the format that I would prefer.
You know what? You put like a Snapchat camera on the guy and you like watch him run down the floor. Oh my god! Wouldn't that be great?
That will give you headaches though. But
Right.
yeah. All the
You don't want to see LeBron running like from half court all the way to the other end, doing like a 360 dunk. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I just fixed the All-Star game in 30 seconds. All that had to happen was Jack leaving.
Jack, go away.
He's the catalyst. He's my Steve Francis. All right. Well, this was great. Well, we finally got the show without Jack.
Hey, so it did happen.
It came to fruition only in the last 2 minutes of the show. But we thank you if you've been watching us on the Twitch. I doubt that's happened because I didn't see a single viewer on the thing. Totally fine. We'll get better at this. But Ice, again, thank you for
man.
doing the do. And I'm going to come up with a tagline to close us out of these shows.
Do the do.
We're going to make it do what it do. See you next week.
Ciao, ciao.
Peace.